So hello everybody and welcome to Excipient Talk brought to you by galenIQ. I'm Michael Black, Senior Sales Manager for galenIQ, and today I'm speaking with Siddhant. So hello Siddhant.
Hi, Michael. Thank you for having me. It's my first experience on a podcast, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, great. Thanks that you've joined today, and I'm really thrilled that this is your first podcast experience. So Siddhant, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yes, I'm Siddhant Waikar. I am the Business Development Manager at SFA Food and Pharma Ingredients Private Limited from India. And we are the distributor for galenIQ in India and have been associated with Benio for a long time. Um, it's the 25th year of our operations, and we have been associated with Benio right from the start. As for myself, I am a chemical engineer from India, and I joined the company after my graduation. And since then, I also have a master's in management from London Business School. So I would say my role stands between technical and commercial sales. But business development manager is just a clever term for me to learn from and optimize all arms of the business from, say, pricing strategy to warehouse SOPs. So it's an umbrella term for what I do in the company.
Okay, yeah, sounds great. So you mentioned galenIQ, of course, and in your experience, what are the challenges in introducing galenIQ as an excipient and promoting it in the Indian market?
Yeah, so I've visited, say, 100 customers since the start of this financial year for us, which is April. The thing that sticks out to me and why I got so interested in the product is the variety of applications that can be used in. So for me to develop my marketing brochures and to speak to customers, for most parts, I don't know where to start, which is a good thing and a bad thing because there are some things that they are interested in, some things they might not be working on at the moment. So it comes with its challenges because it's a toolkit where you have to pick and choose. You have to design your pitch according to the customer's needs because it is so novel. People are very interested to know how it can be used, where it can be used, the formats that it needs to be used in. And they are also concerned about troubleshooting because in India, especially, it's a generics market and people work basis the RLDs or the novel formulations which are already filed in Europe and USA. So people are a bit hesitant to swap out the main excipient. They might use it as a filler, but if they have to rely on its properties per se, compression or flow, it's important for them to have a touch and feel and a taste of the material, which is our approach to propose to bypassing these challenges.
Right. So you mentioned that the pharma market is particularly focused on generics at the moment, and galenIQ, of course, is a let's say quite a new excipient. So I mean, you've mentioned how you get by this challenge, but I mean, how how would you really address getting the generic customers to consider galenIQ?
Yeah, I mean, generic customers know that what isomalt is as a molecule. The problem here is, which is one of the challenges, is that it gets clubbed with all the polyols that are used currently in pharma, be it a mannitol, be it a sorbitol, which are the incumbent polyols which are used in most formulations in pharma. So what we need and what we do essentially is get a foot in the door in the conversation of them trying to use a new excipient. We do that with the wonderful prototypes and the blind taste kits that we have. So we present them with sachets of a galenIQ, a lactose, and a mannitol, and they can try it out for themselves because when they pop open the sachet, it flows beautifully. It looks very white. It looks like a fresh new material, and they can immediately get the taste of it. And once they have the taste, it's suddenly sort of an eureka moment where they want to know more about the product. And the discussion opens up when we can show them data where we benchmark, of course, sugar versus galenIQ versus mannitol. And it always helps the customer to experience the product first. The taste
Yes.
and the dissolution kinetics in the mouth are immediately impressive. And when you start, you need to provide a lot of sampling support. Basically, you need to be there for the customer because they don't trust the logistics yet, they don't trust the documentation. So we need to provide all of that at a very prompt pace.
Right. Right.
So they are able to swap out the incumbent excipients, which have a proven track record since decades now, essentially.
Yes. So you mentioned there the customer experience with the product itself, like handling it, looking at it, tasting it. So these sensorial properties, what is the reaction you've observed from the customers when they have this customer experience with galenIQ?
So I would say it's been more positive than negative. I would say 90-10, definitely. which
That's
is
good.
a good thing. Yeah. So in India, I mean, everyone likes sweet taste. So galenIQ being sweet certainly helps with that. But I would say everyone is, happy to know that there is a molecule that we can use because again, we are human, right? They are used to using A, B, C, D, and suddenly something new comes up, and they're, excited to try it. It piques their curiosity. It piques their interest that they want to try and use this material. And once we explain how superior it is, even technically, then they are more than willing to try it.
Yes. So I really like what you said there about, first of all, this experience sensorially, more or less, and then backing it up with the technical basis, the hard and fast technical basis. So impressive that you've visited so many customers in such a short space of time and presented the product and promoted it. But do you have any particular success stories that you can share with us?
Yes, of course. So how we plan our visits a bit into that. So we divide commercialization timelines into short term and long term. So short term is basis the domestic market, which requires a 3 month stability as compared to long term basis commercialization timelines, which are geared towards export markets such as US, Europe, or Australia, which require 6 months stability and then filing. So currently we target more of short-term projects rather than long-term projects where we can find a quick turnaround time. So a couple of projects I'd like to discuss where the technical benefits really shone through. One was an anti-malarial tablet, as we've already discussed. Two grades of galenIQ being used in that tablet for granulation as well as compression, extra granular. So that just shows how versatile the excipient is, and it solves a very big problem in the world, which is malaria. And galenIQ is able to make the product viable in terms of shelf life stability, and just handling the temperature and the adverse conditions in West Africa. So I take that as a personal win, and I mean, I think for galenIQ it's a big win if it's able to solve the bitter problems of the pharma world. The second is actually a fun story. We recently visited a customer and we had these taste sachets with us, and they're probably 1.5 grams each, or 1.8 if I recollect. And they were actually conducting a trial with sorbitol, with caffeine tablets as a CNS stimulant. And we just compared the graphs and showed them, weight gain with isomalt because of hygroscopicity would be much less as compared to a sorbitol. And they asked us, do you have enough samples? And we had 7 to 8 of these taste kits with us. But we said we have no commercial samples, we can arrange them. And they were like, but the client is just at the plant. So if you can arrange something. So we tore apart 7 of these kits with galenIQ in them, collected 8.5 grams, 8.4 grams, and they took a trial with that. And the next day we visited their head office and met their senior purchase manager, and they're like, okay, the client has already approved it, the trial results have come out well, and we should be entering commercialization soon now after proper sampling, because this was
Yeah.
just a random sampling and a random event. But yes, that was a fun story where you see the performance of the product immediately, and you get to experience it, and you get to know the feedback from the customer, because this was a contract manufacturer and their
Right.
client as well. So you understand that the product acceptance could be quite good if it is promoted in a certain way and
Yes.
benchmarked against the incumbent excipient. So yes, that was definitely one of the fun stories that I can share.
Yeah. So that puts a new focus on, the term being in the right place at the right time. Yeah. So sounds like a really good experience. So, what are your expectations for the future of galenIQ?
Yes, so a pipe dream which I think you and I and the galenIQ team obviously shares together is, walking into a pharmacy and flipping over a label of a
Yeah.
tablet and just seeing, isomalt QS.
Yeah.
Probably that would be one of the biggest pipe dreams, and especially in India, because India can impact the global pharma market much more strongly than probably other regions can because of its manufacturing powerhouse.
Yes.
I would like for galenIQ to be top of mind recall with most of the important formulators and the prominent companies and the contract manufacturers. The goal would be for galenIQ to be a mainstream excipient,
Hmm.
and definitely to be part of common knowledge and also textbook literature, which can percolate through young minds, and they walk away from a PhD course wanting to get galenIQ on their hands and start using it in formulations. So that would be a primary goal, which would obviously percolate into business objectives as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. I can divulge a little bit. We are working towards that. We're still at a very early stage, but step by step, we're going to get there. So,
That's very interesting, because whenever students reach out to us at CPHI, or probably they find us through the website and ask for samples, we are more than happy to share them, and have Benio and SFA being credited in a thesis or in a final year
yeah.
paper submission, because it really feels that you are impacting the next generation, so to say, and giving them a lot more to play with in terms of
Yes.
formulation.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So, what's next on your calendar of events regarding galenIQ?
So next up, we have the CPHI in India,
Hmm.
which will start from the 25th of November and end on the 27th. This will be conducted in Delhi, and we will be exhibiting at CPHI. And even more exciting, just prior to that, on the 21st of November, we will be conducting a technical seminar and a marketing seminar to promote galenIQ. This will be held in Baddi near Chandigarh, which is Asia's largest pharmaceutical hub. So
Right.
we hope for its success, and we hope that we can educate the customers around. And
Right.
news travels fast in this industry because it's a highly tight knit industry. It's region agnostic, it's age agnostic. So we believe that this will create a big ripple impact in the Indian pharma industry, and we hope for its success.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that sounds great. I hope for our success as well.
Yes, of course.
And some of my colleagues are going to join you for those events, which is great. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining today. A lot of positive things going on. I wish you every success and look forward to seeing you also sometime soon. And again, we really thank you for your support in promoting and selling this product, and we're here there to support you as well. So thank you everybody for joining today in Excipient Talk, brought to you by galenIQ, and I will see you again soon.